Okay, so on this episode we're going to show you how to fully refurbish your push button toilet. You can see this ball valve hissing away, totally gone, and even the button isn't working. So thank you China for making this absolute garbage. At least it's keeping me in a job. And first thing I'm going to do is turn the water off, and there is an isolation valve. Of course, you might have to turn it off at the stop tap. You can see this is real live job. You can see it's a bit messy, this bathroom, but this is the life of a plumber. So first of all, I'm going to undo this piece of plastic, the old siphon, and what that's going to do is it's going to drain all the water away so that when I take it apart later it's not as heavy. I've also isolated it so it's not filling up at the moment. Remember, I've turned the water off. I'm just going to undo this nut here. It shouldn't be on too tight. There you go. See, just a little nip and unscrew. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is there's two nuts on the left and the right hand side. You'll see the plastic nut. There it is. And there's the other one. I've already taken the other one off on the other side. You simply unscrew it. Hopefully that's all you have to do. Of course, sometimes the metal ones can be rusty. Now you undo the screws at the back, then pointing to, there's no screws in this. They've siliconed it back, so I'm having to get my knife down the side so that we can prise it off, okay? This is real life, unfortunately. Everything's ready to come off now. As you can see, I've just lifted that off. Have your towel ready because you sometimes get a bit wet. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this outside, strip it down, and you'll see now. It's laid on a dust sheet or an old piece of carpet, as I like to use, and there's our donut washer, and you can see the inside there. That was removed before. We've got the two pieces left in there, and what we're going to do is there's a big nut there. We're just going to get our big grips on there and loosen it. Okay, not easy to film, as you can see. So there's that big nut gone, and we're going to do the ball valve now. And of course I just unloosened that, and away that'll come away now. And it's a good idea to give everything a good clean while it's off, just so that you get a water sack. Now these two nuts here that hold the system down, these are actually in good condition, so we don't need to touch them. Sometimes they're loose, so you need to replace them. As you can see, this is all the old parts. We're just going to throw them in the bin as they're no good. I carry a variety of parts, as you can see. I've got loads of things in the van, so whatever fits best I'm going to put on. Okay, so as you can see, this is a adapter so that you can put just one siphon on two different sizes. That just goes on there like that. It goes on the other way. Got our new siphon button thing, and we're just going to stick it in the big hole there. Put our adapter in, of course, the big rubber washer, and we have our nut that goes through there. As you can see, it's very difficult to film, and there we are. There's the finished products, and it just needs a bit of a nip up, and there's the main siphon in there, as you can see. Worry about the push button later. Snip this up with my spanner. Now they do send a plastic one, which you'll see later on in the video. Now this is a ball valve we're going to put in. Like I said, there's all different ones I carry, and it's adjustable, so you know, depending on the height of the system, and I can't show you on the video how to adjust it, but you just slide it up and down. In it goes. Just going to tighten the nut up, as you can see, and you want it to face so that the mechanism is not going to jam or interfere with anything else, and you can see that's nice and clear. Okay, and you can see it's not touching at the back, it's not interfering at all, it's clearly going up and down, and that's what we've got there. So the button is just hanging there at the moment. We'll put that on last, no point putting it on at the moment. You can see the donut washer just goes on there as well. And this is the plastic tool that you can see that comes with the kit. You don't always get this, so you might need just a decent spanner. Don't over tighten it. Okay, so you can see we're ready to go on the toilet here. And the donut wash is just going to go on there. It's just going to rest on, and I can't film it, but you're just going to lift it, go straight on, and the nut's going to go on underneath there on both sides. And the other plumber's done a nice flexi hose, bit too long. Just checking that that's not damaged. If it is, just replace it. They're not expensive at all. You don't want a leak. And I've just checked that nut there to make sure it's okay. Also, these just tighten up, that's it. They can be plastic, brass, whatever they're made of. There's the one for the other side, I can't film that. Now we've got our flexi connection and it's just gonna go, it just wants to go on hand tight only for now. Don't be getting your spanner and cross threading it. And just a little bit of a final nip there, as you can see, not too much. And here's our isolating valves. We're going to turn that on in a minute, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the valve up so it's closed so I can check for leaks. So I'm going to turn it on and then check that there before we fill the tank up, as it will get heavy. So as you can see there, it's filling and then it's shut. So I'm just checking everything for leaks, and you can see it's not leaking at all. Okay, so that's a great success. So I can now let the thing fill up, and then we can check everywhere else for leaks. And I'll just leave that button on there for now, just so I can check everything. And I'm just constantly going around the toilet looking for anything that's leaking, pouring out, dripping, etc. And as you can see there, we're pretty much full. I'm just going to press the button and start flushing it. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. Test it now, see how we get on, make sure it's flushing, make sure it's filling, etc. And I'm just flushing it, testing it, seeing if there's anything leaking. I can't see anything leaking. Just going around the toilet all the time, flushing it and filling it. And you know, we don't have a leak in the end here. You know, everything's been replaced. And here's our button, and this is what we're going to do now. So as you can see, there's the mechanism. You just press it in and out, and we just fit the button to the lid. Okay, and it just simply goes in like that. And then we turn it over, and there's like a locking nut, as you can see. Just simply put that on, check it's working, and then it's just going to go back onto the actual flexi cable thingy-bob. And I just find the other end and then slide that in and press the button, and make sure that cable's not interfering with the filling device or anything else. And then we just give it a couple of flushes and give it a good old test yet again. This is a compartment in the van. I carry all sorts of ball valves, all sorts of flushing devices, and this is the box I carry with all sorts of washers, and you name it, anything to do with toilets here, because we do this all the time. Okay, so remember the toilet system was silicone back, so we're going to apply some of this, not there but below it, when we take the lid off. Remember, we are still testing it. Put a bit of cork at the side so that it just blends it away, more for cosmetic reasons, that one. And yeah, of course, we're still flushing away, as you can see. So there's the silicone going along the back. I'll just put it in. Now, it's not siliconed to the toilet, as you can see. It's just filled in the gap there, and we just keep checking and making sure it's all working fine. Please like and subscribe and keep the channel going. Thanks, guys.